Hello, welcome. Very nice to be here sitting on this park bench with you all. That's going to make more sense in a few minutes, even. This is a project that's unfolding in quite a remarkable way. And we'll talk about it as we kind of go through this session. It's very exciting watching a perceived opportunity coming into existence. And that's what we're doing here, sitting on this park bench. So right now we've done this three previous times, and that's all been about setting up where we're going and what we're going to do, particularly over this next 6-month period of time. There's a lot of transition that is unfolding over this next period of time. And it's actually just beginning to unfold, the transition. You're starting to see in the game of 3D a lot of light being drawn into places that is dark, corners that have been dark, projects, things that have been going on in the 3D world that we've accepted are no longer working and beginning to change, beginning to deteriorate, break down, dissolve, beginning to create new possibilities for new opportunities. So over the next period of time, playing in this project park bench, we're going to begin to take advantage of the opportunity to create a direction that allows an opportunity to come about for a new realm of consciousness, a new possibility, a new opportunity for equity, for balance, for respect, for dignity, for joy and laughter. Kind of the objective of the Park Bench Project. So my good friend Steve Rother and I are kind of playing at this, setting it up, and we're both coming at this from, let's say, a slightly different flavor. We each have different flavors that we're adding to this. So Steve's contribution and my contribution are very parallel to where we're going, and we're very clear about where we're going to wind up. So enjoy this, slightly different, but very clear about what's possible. So this is the Park Bench Project, and it's a project. It's a project of creation where we're playing. It has a specific direction, a specific idea, a specific concept. It's not a meditation. It's an intention into action. And for so long, so many of all of us actually have known that there is another possibility. We've known it as a dream. We've known it as a desire. We've known it as something that is bigger, better, more appropriate. Use that word. And yet, finding it, watching it for years, for lifetimes, it just hasn't exactly materialized. And in order to play the game that we've played, the game we've basically, even though in the heart we know this is a very high possibility or a desired possibility or something that we really want to see happen, we've kind of played the game differently. We've kind of put on our armor and we've hold the shield and we carry a sword, really to play the game that we've played the game. But still underneath, there's that dream, that possibility, that laughter, that joy, that happiness, that co-creation, that sense of well-being. And we're at a point where the opportunity to bring that dream, that possibility into existence is kind of what we're doing. So, Project Park Bench, a creative intention of action. So take a breath, if you would. Sit back. We'll talk about all this as we kind of progress. There is a very specific direction that all this is unfolding. And the core to the direction, the core to the new realm, the core aspect of all of the opportunity is you. You. Everything that is unfolding is because of you. You're the creator. Each one of us are the creator of the reality that we're playing in. And with the cracks that are starting to happen in the light shedding and coming into this whole new creation, the field of potential is beginning to present itself. And so, but it's about you. And the process, the way we're going to play at this is as each one of us begins to kind of step into this new realm. It's a raised octave, this new realm of consciousness. As we begin to step into it, the possibility, the opportunity to, like me, the opportunity to play in joy and feel comfortable and ease and relaxed, co-create, begins to be the new realm of consciousness. But it starts with you. And the interesting part of this is right here, people go, yeah, but I've got all this baggage, I don't know how to get out of this. It's really an interesting experience. You can't take your baggage with you on this journey, but you don't have to. You see, as you begin to step into this octave, this elevated state of this new realm, where we're going to play more specifically in a minute, you start to find that you're vibrating at that joy, at that ease, that you begin to be comfortable, relaxed. You begin to allow, you recognize you have permission, you begin to co-create with others. In that space, in that present moment, that's all there is. The interesting part about this octave that we're stepping into, that we're rising up to, is everything that is lesser than I like me, I love me, I enjoy me, I appreciate you, falls away. It doesn't require therapy. It doesn't require a lot of discussion. It doesn't require looking into the past and trying to reconcile things that you think you did, many of which you didn't even do. Would it be interesting to be able to simply take a breath and relax into you, the one that holds the dream, the one that has the awareness of possibility, but still carrying a little bit too much armor, holding that shield, uncertain, having doubts. But you see, in this octave, this new realm that's being created, I like me. Really simple. Now, simple sometimes isn't easy, but it's simple. It's ridiculously simple. It's taking a breath and letting go. And so where we are right now is this transition, as it's unfolding, is really presenting tremendous opportunity. The level of light that is coming into everyone's space, you know it, you feel it, you see it. All you have to do is step back and recognize virtually everyone that you come in contact with says there's something going on. And most look at the third dimension, the game that we've lived in, and they're worried about politics and global warming and economics, and the list goes on and on. But see, right here, this is the opportunity. It's really the place to get out of that seat, get out of that chair, step out of this movie, get up, walk out the door. Now, that's not even a consideration that most have. It's like, well, you don't understand. This is where I am. Well, it's where you are, but it's not where you have to be. So take a breath. Sit back with me for a moment. The game is changing. How we have understood what has been is no longer how the rules and the structures of the game are being played out. That third dimensional game board that holds good and bad and right and wrong and should and shouldn't and lack and all of those kind of dualities, present time, my past is really creating my future. What if that wasn't true? What if I exist right now? I can take a breath, I can get out of the chair, and I can have a different experience. And just pause, and would you consider that? And as you consider it, are you considering it from interesting possibility, or do you consider it from nice concept, but I don't know how to get it. You don't understand. I have all these problems. For this hour where we're just sitting together, would you consider you don't have a problem? Oh, you have problems, but right here, I'm fine. Yeah. Let's kind of begin to play here. Would you take a breath? Relax. Close your eyes if you'd like. And just sit back on this park bench. It's kind of a moment to just give to yourself. Now, generally interesting with that first breath, there's a whole lot of thought. So that's your motion in the day. That's can drop away. But right here, I'm just going to sit back and give to myself for a moment. Would you find the feeling of comfortable? And would you just notice it? Would you be comfortable? Yeah, nothing to do, nothing broken, nothing to fix. Now, on this park bench, if you just glance around, there's a lot of park benches. In fact, there's almost 3,000 people playing on the park bench now. Numbers are growing. People are starting to be in agreement. There's more. There's something more. Another breath. As we begin to play here, this project park bench, the project of creating a new realm of consciousness, opening up an entire field of possibilities, maybe unseen before. And as you look around and see all these others, friends of yours you'll come to know, would you be aware of your crown chakra, that point right on the top of your head? And would you bring it to the color? Just an intention is all that's required to be the color sky blue. Just set your crown at sky blue. And what happens is there's a sense of exhale in a manner. Simple. It's a relief. It's a comfortable. All of a sudden, almost 3,000 are all in agreement. An agreement. Everything's about agreements. This agreement is building a new realm of consciousness, creating an agreement of well-being, of beauty, of smiles, of laughter, of joy, of relaxation, of co-creation, of respect, of dignity, of permission, of allowing. And the armor really just simply begins to fall away right here. There's agreement. And right here, there's no reason to hold on to that sword, and there's nothing to protect because there's nothing there's no baggage. See, in this fifth realm, there is no fear, distrust. It's nothing unsafe because nothing is unsafe. Nothing is threatening. Wait a minute, you say. Yeah, I get the relaxed, the comfortableness, but I might need this sword. Put down the sword. Take another breath. And as you sit on this park bench, would you just look out and there is beauty. And if you put your attention into beauty, there begins to be a feeling in the heart that starts to get quiet. But it's quiet with a seniority. It's quiet with a certainty. It's quiet with a comfortableness. Would you just kind of find that sense of relaxed into beauty? And that smile, a little bigger smile. Would you just recognize I have permission to smile, to like myself? There's nobody looking. It's just me and you and the other 3,000 people, and I don't count. It's just that smile. And another breath, and relaxed, comfortable. You just find comfortable. Very present. I'm right here, comfortable. And maybe happy, whatever that word means to you. Happy. It has that smile, it's that relaxed sensation. I'm pleased with myself. Would you just find that? You see, that sense of being able to say and experience, I'm pleased with myself, is really the permission to get out of that chair in the third dimension. Begin to stand up, to walk out of the movie. I have permission. I'm pleased with myself. Now, pleased for no reason. There's no accomplishment to be pleased at. It's just simply, I like me. Now, for some, that it's a little tough. I like me. And you don't understand. My past has been, no, we're not in the third dimension. You see, the game board is structured in the third dimension to kind of keep you there. The rules, the structures, the dualities, the linear time, the sense of doubt. But here, there's no reason to play that game. Here is where you just simply get to recognize I have permission. I can step off this game board. I no longer have to live by those rules of doubt and uncertainty. I like me. Now just kind of play at that for a moment. I like me. Kind of say it in your head. And would you give yourself permission to just feel it? Now, in the simpleness of I like me, and the smile and the sense of comfortable and beauty right here, everything unlike it begins to dissolve and fall away. See, the rules in the heart, or the role of the heart, or you playing in the heart, there is only this light, there is no darkness. Another breath. So comfortable. Would you again just notice that sense of comfortable? And let's just go for a walk for a moment to another park bench. This path is comfortable. It's warm. It's beautiful. If you look around, the animals are playing. The flowers are out. It's a pleasant day. I like me. Can you just enjoy the moment you, the creator being, are creating for you? Now, here an energy often comes up that says, yeah, but I have to fix the world first. I can get to me later, but I have to make the world a better place right now. That's my job. Well, actually, no, it's not exactly your job. Because when you like you, everybody around you begins to like themselves also. And the more you like you, and the more you smile and laugh and compliment others and enjoy and banter with people and laugh, have fun, they enjoy them simultaneously. I mean, how's it worked so far? Hi, nice to see you. I'm having a miserable day and my leg hurts. Oh, good for you. That's really exciting. They don't say that. Yeah, my leg hurts me too. I've had this back problem. Where's the joy? But when it's like, you look lovely today, it's a nice day. Boy, aren't these nice flowers? Did you see that little fawn with the mother deer right over there? And everybody goes, oh, that's so nice. I like me right now in this moment. I like me. Would you just kind of find that as we walk over here to this other park bench? Because over here at this other park bench, which we're almost at, they're the architects of this new realm. They're the ones that are really going to construct it. They're going to live it. They're going to basically enjoy themselves in a way that they only know how to enjoy themselves. You see, there was a gathering way back, well, not so far back, 2012. And at this gathering, many of the archangelics, the lords of lights, ascended masters, all basically said, as of this moment, there will never be another child born into the third dimensional game. And the game board is closing down. It's beginning to dissolve and go away for something much more exciting. And you see, as you approach this next park bench, sit down, enjoy, look out, and would you notice the children playing? They're laughing, they're playing, they're co-creating, they're playing together. And for most of these, they have no idea about doubt and self-judgment, about the past. They don't have a story, but they have a memory. They know themselves. And simply by being themselves, they're creating that architecture, that landscape, the environment. They're basically showing all of those in the third dimensional game what's possible. To remember yourself. You just sit for a moment and look at those children. Rather amazing. There's that 8-year-old over there who is composing music that is getting attention of prominent people in the world. There's that 5-year-old girl over there that basically just solved a math situation, a math problem that has never been able to be solved in 3 dimensions. She laid out the entirety of the mathematical sequence, baffling the third dimensional humans. And they're all playing together. Now, notice their architecture that they come in, who they are. Would you just kind of notice the joy, the architecture in their universe, in their consciousness, in their realm? Joy. And they're creator beings. And they create and they laugh. Now, as you sit on this park bench, comfortable, just kind of sit back, pleased with yourself, kind of looking at the beauty of the landscape of this architecture. And one of the aspects of the architecture as you look out is respect. You look at those children and there's respect, one for another. And it's not random, it's who they are. So in this new field of possibilities, this architecture that's being created, being shown by them, being created by you, would you feel the vibration of the realm of consciousness, of the room of consciousness, the design of the architecture, one of the components, respect one for another. And here's that agreement possibility. Could you be in agreement? Respect as an aspect, as a structure of the architecture of this new realm. And it starts with me, it starts with you. It's simply, can I be the respect that radiates out to all others to match the energy, to be one with the architecture of this new realm, in agreement. And then as you're feeling it, there's an aspect of the heart, there's a power. It's not the sword, it's the sense of yes. It's that sense of strength. It's a sense of, I can do this. I can get out of this chair. I can leave this movie. I can step into this realm. I can be the creator being that creates the architecture. This is who I am. Respect. Just kind of breathe it in, exhale it out. In that simple in breath and out breath, the world just changed. The intention of creation, the intention of action of creation. Would you just feel it in the body? It's this palpable sensation. I can do this. This is who I am. Always been. Hidden a little, but this is who I've always been. Starting to show itself if you allow it. Respect. And then as you look at the landscape and the beauty and the flowers and the trees and everything, one to another, there's a respectfulness, kind of change of the word. And yet there's an atmosphere It's that feeling you've always gotten when you step into great beauty. And you step back and you go, wow, wow, this is nice. But you just feel that feeling. This is nice. And there's a respectfulness. And it begins to change the structure of where I have been, how I have been, what I have been, to what I am. But I've forgotten this part, but I remember as I begin to walk through the landscape, see the beauty. Just simply two different kinds of flowers growing in the same place in harmony. You take another breath because it's remembering what we are that allows the creation of the new realm to come into existence. And for some who are still asking the question, why did we do all that? All that war and killing and inequity and all of the isms. For a moment, would you allow that just to simply be and know there was an amazing story behind even that? So we'll get to the story at another point, but allow the story of 3D to just be over there as I sit here in respect, in an air of respectfulness one to another. And from that vibration, would you simply say, hello, hello, I see you. And it's like a bell that just simply vibrates and continues. And here there's no opposition to this bell. There's no pushback to this vibration as respect begins to anchor itself into this new architecture of possibility. Another breath. Relax, sit back. Really interesting part of all this is, in a way, there's nothing to do. Because in that dream, in that hope, in that desire for something better, it's really already been created. But here is the place of getting up out of that chair, choosing to walk out of the room and step into this sense of joy, ease, laughter, playfulness, respect, happy. Again, would you find that smile, that sense of ease in the smile? Very comfortable, nothing to do. Smile. And again, just look out at those children just playing in the park. They're all laughing, smiling, creating. And they all have permission. Permission. Such an interesting vibration, permission, because it's something that is ours. Permission is not something that's given or taken away, unless you're in agreement. Permission is mine. I have permission. It's kind of a precursor to freedom. Permission. In this new realm, everybody has permission. Oh, now that gets to be, well, wait, I don't understand that. Many will say, because that means that they'll do whatever they want to do, and that might be in opposition to what I want to do, and that's not okay. No, that's the third dimension. That's how we've learned to play the game. But when permission is coupled with respect and joy and ease, And your task is about simply holding your creation and radiating it out for others to see, participate, allow. As someone else begins to create in well-being, because there is, remember, no fear, lack, doubt, limitation. See, that doesn't happen here. Respect, permission. I can create and enjoy. I'm allowed, and I can allow others. I can admire others. I can allow them their creation. It does not have to interfere with my creation. I can step back and enjoy the play that they create. It's not my kind of music they're composing, but wow, they did it so well. Allowing, permission. And smile. Feels different than what I'm used to. Permission. You mean I can create? Yeah, permission. I'm allowed to? Yeah, you're allowed to. And the architecture begins to be comfortable. And I recognize I'm not interfering with anyone else, and they're not interfering with me. And yet we can co-create. We can play together. And here, I'm often surprised that one and one become three. All of a sudden, there's no yes or no, good or bad, right or wrong. It's like, oh, wow, I never thought of that. That's pretty cool. Playing together, allowing possibility. And see, it's just by you kind of going, never thought of that. That possibility begins to have life. It begins to be possible. Well, this is different than everything I know, you might say. Yes and no. It's what has been allowed is what I know. What I've had permission to see is what I know. But right here, as I get comfortable, relaxed, in agreement with all of these others, watching respect and permission, creation, laughter, the game changes. Permission. Would you simply feel that you have permission? There's no one to take it away, no reason to give it away. And when coupled with respect and allowing, I find myself comfortable. What if others played here? What if we created a field of possibility structured in this architecture and illuminated it in permission, allowing, opportunity, possibility, excitement? Would they come to play with me? And is there a smile? That would be fun. New friends. I've been looking for new friends. Friends that are exciting. Friends that think new thoughts. Friends that respect who I am. Playmates to enjoy. Now, just take a breath. Kind of ponder that. What if my allowing this possibility, co-creating with all these others on the park bench, this possibility, illuminating this possibility with the light that's beginning to shine into the game, just possibly allowing myself joy, ease, happiness, right here, just sitting right here on this bench. Nothing else, because there is only right here. Right now, this minute, happy. I like me. I feel the possibility. I'm in agreement. I can be in agreement. No, that's me talking about me. But what if everybody on this park bench basically said, yes, me too, I'm in agreement with respect, co-creation, possibility. Now, when this gets created from the heart, from this smile, something unique happens that doesn't happen in the third dimensional game. There begins to be a coherent harmonic resonance. It begins to be one vibration. begins to amplify infinitely into consciousness. And consciousness begins to harmonically resonate coherently with the vibration of your creation. They didn't tell you that in third dimension. Coherent, joyful laughter. It's like the great comedian that tells a joke and everybody laughs. And they're in joy. And it's one joy right across the room. And then it begins to be challenging to stop laughing, stop smiling. But what if you didn't have to stop smiling? This smile, part of the architecture of the new realm. Can you feel it? It's here in the feeling. It's in the thought that the electricity starts to build. It's in the feeling that the magnetism radiates out the love, the joy, the possibility, the reconstruction of the agreement. Let's go for a walk again. Let's just kind of wander back down this path. And there's a feeling. Just kind of notice something has changed, possibly. I like me more. I'm comfortable. And would you look out at the beauty? And right over there's a lagoon, and you can see the whales and the dolphins just playing with one another. And that waterfall, and those flowers, and these people laughing, walking down towards me. Hello, I see you, and have a nice day, you say. They smile. You have a nice day also. You see that smile, that's that 100%. 100% for me, or 100% for them. Hello, I see you, and I see you also. Can you feel that? It's in the feeling that the magnetism grows. And everything unlike it. All of the limitations and not okays, I have so many problems. You see, right here, they fall away. And quite often, not only do they fall away, that coherent harmonic resonance doesn't allow them back in. And you see, as you walk this path, all of a sudden, much of what was no longer just is in the awareness. It's resolved itself. It's kind of fallen away. Things begin to happen comfortably. This transition from what has been to what you will create is unfolding. And there are many all over this planet and others that are stepping out of this third dimensional game. And they're all in agreement. There is something more. But here, where you're sitting on the park bench, there's part of this. We're not fixing what's broken. We're not changing what's bad. We're not giving attention to that third dimensional game. We're simply creating this coherent, harmonic light that begins to be so much in agreement that everything that was disharmonic simply begins to dissolve, fall away. And those that are looking for freedom and are being motivated to find it, it's this new realm that's being created just by you sitting on the park bench. Just by smiling, just by recognizing, as I see others, I can allow them, because they're unraveling their third dimensional game also. They don't quite know how to do it, but it's that smile. And in the world, many have pushed the edge way out in that third dimensional game to where they're confused and uncomfortable, and they're really saying to themselves, how did we get here? This is not who I am. This is not who my friend next door is, that I don't talk to anymore. And as this new realm, this new architecture, this new landscape begins to take hold, as the smile begins to be who you are, all of a sudden you'll find a reason to say hello. Your garden is looking really nice this year. And what was will fall away, and there'll be a smile. So we just sit back down on that park bench, and again, there's that waterfall and the lagoon over there and the flowers and the children. Would you sit back, take a breath? And it's not about just meeting once every couple of weeks and being in this energy. It's about beginning to live this energy, this coherent resonance. And it is very tuned, and it is only going to get brighter and easier and simpler just by simply allowing yourself to be yourself. I have permission to experience myself as I desire. See, nobody really desires to be angry, resentful, and hateful. It's just what has been created in that game board. The game board is falling away. The you that is you is beginning to remember, realign, recreate, rewire, remember who I am. And that architecture of respect and joy and ease and the buoyancy of laughter is most likely what you will find as you allow yourself to be the creator of this new realm of consciousness. So another breath, a smile, a relaxed, comfortable moment. I like me. I have permission to like me. I'm choosing to allow myself to simply like me. No second opinions required. And would you feel pleased with yourself for no reason other than I can? And sit here for a few more moments as we complete this, but just sit with this, with you. And then when you get up, would you intend the creation? Intend happy, pleased, respect. Try it out walking around with others. It's not a meditation. It's a creative intention of action. It's time to get up out of that chair of third dimension and create the realm that you wish. And there will be thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of playmates that you're going to find over the coming few years. But this next 6 months, you just want to be aware that that third dimensional game is unraveling so that this light can begin to be the new realm. The season is changing. So another breath, pleased with yourself. And we'll continue to gather over the next months, building this realm. Because as this transition kind of unfolds and the cracks begin to show, the ability to hold this level of opportunity has a lot of value. So smile, pleased, comfortable. We'll play again. Blessings.